in fairy tales, meant for someone else, but not for me. Love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. And then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried.
God bless us, everyone.
Come on, y'all.
Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Hey, not a trace. Yeah, of doubt in my mind. One more time. I'm in love. I'm a believer. Come on. I believe, 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 I believe. Hey, y'all sing it with me. I believe. I believe. The people in the back. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe.
Believe in something. Believe in something is the reason why I opened with that song immediately, because y'all need to believe for real, for real. On God, skibbity Ohio Riz toilet is what I hear that the kids are saying these days. So, yeah, Troy might be regretting being here right now. Shout out to him and Daps Lab for sponsoring today's space. We appreciate you. We appreciate it. We're going to get into it today as well. Just a quick heads up on how today's going to go. We're going to go literally 15-minute segments, nice and chunk, easy, straightforward. This is how we're going to play it out. Obviously, the intro was just happening right now. We're going to do the StreamYard drop right before we start the next segment. It's going to be our segue into the next one. And then we're going to do another segue out. And then we're going to segue out on the way out as well. So 3 stream drops. You get a chance to, obviously win the raffle and all that good stuff. You guys already know how this is going to go. If you don't know what I'm talking about, trust me, just log on to your stream stuff. I also am going to go ahead and pin the Game Room mobile link for you all to click through for that drop in about 12 minutes. So just a heads up on that. 12 minutes from now, we're going to go ahead and get into that. I will probably also have some trivia for you guys. It's gonna be like social media type shit, but don't worry, you get points for participating anyway, so you might as well play it out. So with that being said, we're gonna have a great discussion today. It's a quick 45 minutes in and out lunch break. You guys get an extra 15 minutes to yourself at the end, all that good stuff. You guys already know. And if you don't know already, we got 2 more spaces coming this week. One of them is a crossover though. Shout out to Bossa. We're going to be doing a Social Fi panel. I know you're sick of it. You don't want to talk about Social Fi. You don't want to hear about it. But I promise you'll want to be there for this one. We're going to have some actual Social Fi companies. We're going to ask them the hard-hitting questions. Why Social Fi? Why make your own platform when you could just stay on this one? It's all good stuff. But other than that, we then also have Thursday, another spaces with our boy Mike, aka Flash, from Takedown Legends and Snack Bills. If you guys don't already know, we've had a 3-month contract with them. They do really cool shit. We love what they're doing, all that good stuff. And so that will be the spaces that we have with them this Thursday. So make sure you stop by. Might even do a fun little giveaway for anyone who comes by. But I can't reveal exactly what until you come by. And so with that being said, I want to check in with my boy Shotgun, your favorite favela influencer turned meme coin millionaire, turned probably brokenaire in the next few months, but it's all good. We're going to get him out of Brazil with all that money. Shotgun, what's good, baby?
Hold up. I just wanted to say I tried to make it a meme coin space, but they insisted on social fi, so just wanted to clear my way out of there.
Brazilians, am I right? Let's check in with the other guy with Ohio Skibbity Toilet Riz over from the Midwest. He is from your very own from Chicago and Michigan. Big Nail, how we doing?
Fucking crazy. That's terrible. I hate that intro so much. We got to redo that whole thing. Go again.
The Poly King himself from undisclosed location that I will not reveal at this time because I do not dock people's location in their state. Big Nail, how we doing, baby?
We're vibing. It's a Monday, ladies and gentlemen. We're out here. All good energy across the board. I hope everyone's having a fantastic start to their Web3 week. Now we're in it. Now we're getting it. Welcome back to the Espresso Shop. We're ready to get after it. Have a great conversation this morning. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Again, Sansa doesn't do the whole formalities, so I'll take care of it. Jump it in the bottom right corner. Make sure you share this out to your homies. Get this out to some people. Connect with more individuals and learn and share this value in the space. I see some OGs that are jumping up on the stage with us as well. Photoshop the homies here. I see Kenny and the engineer, all the homies in the crowd. So thank you all for coming out here today. Let's have a fantastic Monday. Let's get after it. Sansa, back to you, brother.
Indeed. Usually I try to recap some news, but I'll be honest, I didn't get a chance to do enough research this morning. But I will say this. Don't worry. October is from what I'm hearing. I don't know what happened, but the brain fart happened. October, thank you, is what's happening right now. And you guys are going to be bears about it, then you should see yourself out. But no, in all seriousness, and more importantly, history has shown that it is a very important month, especially election year, especially what's going to happen after this. A lot of people are trying to, probably do a lot of bets, heavy over leverage. Just be careful. Watch yourself. Watch your back. Having liquidity will never hurt. So if you're hesitant about it in the first place, please trade and buy responsibly. I'm biased, but NFTs are coming back. Whether you like it or not, you can deal with it. But more importantly, we talked about this last space. Meme coins and NFT can coexist, and they can actually uplift even more so. So I think it's just another little part of the ecosystem that we're just starting to explore and starting to understand, right? Why do people believe in it so much? And obviously, Shotgun will touch on this. Murad being the new celebrity of this cycle. It's going to be really fun because he's not even talking about trading. He's talking about the more cultish you are, the more bullish you'll be. And so, if you're in a cult, congrats. You're probably going to profit this cycle. It's going to get silly. But I digress. We're going to pass it off to Shotgun with the meme coin super cycle report. Totally made it up last minute. Was not planning to rehearse. I wish I had done it, but hey, here we are. Shotgun, take it away.
Sounds good enough, man. You're good. The charts are looking pretty, so you don't need to even try. But yeah, as Sanja mentioned, we had Murad actually share his top 10 picks for the cycle this weekend. And obviously this connects directly to our report because the coins that he mentioned, some of them performed really well. Just so you guys know, the top 10 was XPX on Ethereum, Giga on Solana, Mog on Ethereum, Apu on Ethereum, Popcat on Solana, Bitcoin on Ethereum, Retardio on Solana, Lock-in Solana, Mini Solana, and USA Solana. So mostly Solana coins overall. And just so you guys know, yes, I went 1/1. I don't know why, but it is what it is. As per winner, we had Me the Cat, Cat coin on Solana, was one of the lowest caps mentioned by Murad on his list. The chart looks pretty nice, and the OG meme keeps making waves on different social media platforms. Those of you that don't know, the cat is now just below 80 million market cap, and it's a pretty, actually, viral meme on TikTok and Instagram as well, not only X. But as a loser, kind of the weekend, we have the Shark Cat coin on Solana, still holding at a 30 million market cap though. And just like Mini, has a strong OG community, pretty cultish, if you will. Just like Sansa mentioned, we're trying to go for those communities that have been here, both through ups and downs. And those are usually the ones where cults form. And yeah, it's been one of the top conviction plays for some CT traders, leading the way in the DJ side of things, we have GOAT, which pretty much triggered an AI meta over the weekend. If you have been trading meme coins over the weekend, you probably noticed that a lot of AI coins have been absolutely sending. GOAT is up over 1,000% over the weekend and is now hovering at around 130 million market cap. And it's one of those Twitter accounts that just, are ran by GPT-5, and they're quite human. A lot of people have been getting tricked. We also had Lily, which was literally a woman talking on Spaces. Like, I was absolutely shocked by that. But yeah, I just hope that the future is not us getting rugged by a bunch of AI devs. And that's all I have to report.
Yeah, actually, we're going to get into that at the tail end of this in the last 15 minutes of the space. So hang tight if you are interested in diving a little bit deeper into that. I mean, Jesus, if that doesn't scare you, if that doesn't make you crap your pants a little bit, just a little bit, and I'm being friendly here, well, just go and watch Black Mirror. You understand why this is just slightly scary, just a little bit. But hey, maybe, just maybe, we're in that one universe where we've watched enough of the movies to realize what mistakes not to make. Maybe, just maybe. I don't know yet. Hopefully it can happen in my lifetime, but not too early so that I can still live the life. And then if like old enough, I'm like, cool, I'm just going to go die because I can't compete against AI. But anyway, I digress. That got a little grim and dark, but who doesn't love a little dark humor in the middle of a space? Am I right? Am I right? Anyway, with that being said, I want to remind everyone just one more time. If you are familiar with Stream and what they're doing, obviously Stream HQ, again, not sponsored, just love what they're doing, making spaces fun again. Super, super cool with the integration over the spaces so that you can have something to do. I see a future where you all are playing Pac-Man while I just yap away. You probably turn the volume down, but that's okay. You're here, and that's what matters. But I digress. They're really cool. They've got a little bit of a prize pool going on right now, even for people who participate and for creators alone. So they have two separate prize pools, so there's no one's muddled in with the other. And so, with that being said, make sure you participate. We got 3 drops coming to spaces. So, and the carnival ends tomorrow, I think. Yeah. So tomorrow, 10, 15K, easy money. But that being said, if you guys haven't already, let's go ahead and repost the space, bottom right hand corner. Show some love in the comments. If at any point you have questions and you want them answered, you want us to discuss them, just tag us, put them in the comments. Let us know what you think. Again, I'm going to do the stream drop right now. I'm going to do a quick little whack-a-mole. Just going to go ahead and press start. Stream drop is live as we are speaking. In about 8 seconds, it'll be going live. But again, we're going to segue into the AMA here with Dap Slap. Again, shout out to them for sponsoring the space. We're also going to be pinning up some posts from them as well, so you guys know exactly what's going on. And please, again, give them a follow, check them out. Shaka, you got your hand up. What's up?
Now, just before we actually dive into the Dap Slap segment, I just wanted to say that for those of you that might be trying to check out the list from Murad that I just sent, that I just talked about, it's actually pinned up above as well, so you guys can check it out yourselves.
Thank God, because I'm in the wrong cabals.
One
of the coins, I was like, what is Shotgun talking about right now? Like, I'm on here. I'm over here on AVAX, bro. Don't worry about me.
Well, Shotgun's got a bag of AVAX too, bro. He's got a bag of AVAX too. I think. I don't.
Shotgun, you holding booty yet?
No, and I still have some AVAX, yes.
Yeah. Swap that for booty. You'll be happy as a clam.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Going on, JB? Your voice sounds super smooth, but just a heads up, we're about to dive into AMA. So if you want to say something, just shoot your hand up and I'll take it over to you. But for now, just stay on mute, my man. I appreciate you.
Yeah. So basically, what I wanted to say was
is that now?
I'm just gonna
every fucking queer mod, fucking pleb thinks that he has powers.
I'm so confused. Okay. I can't tell if he was being a troll or anyway. That doesn't matter. None of that matters. What we're gonna do is this. We're gonna keep moving.
But anyway, this guy's a dropout, and like he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
All right. Well, we're just gonna, remove from speaker here. This is what happened. You try to be nice, People come up and call you a fucking pleb and call you a dropout. Which, by the way, I graduated college, so I'm not sure who dropped out.
This thing that somebody said about me all week, though.
But real quick, Troy, my man, welcome to the stage. On a scale of 1 to 69, how much do you regret actually being here? How are we feeling?
You know what? I gotta say, this is actually, you guys have some really good energy, so I'm actually pretty pumped to be here. This is great.
I love it. I love it. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. We still got it. After this newborn just sucked up all my energy, my life energy.
God. Yeah. Well, congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a wild ride the last month. I can't believe it's already been a month. It feels like it's only been a couple of days. But real quick, Photoshop, I know you had your hand up. So this is what we're going to do, Troy, before we continue on. I want to check in with Photoshop real quick, and then we're going to slap you with that first question about Dap Slap and get this going. But Photoshop, what you got, my man?
Yo, happy Uptober, my friends. I heard you talking about AVAX and thought I would do a quick shout out to Gunzilla and the Off the Grid team that is absolutely dominating right now. So, and also RIP to everybody who said Web3 gaming was not going to make it. I will be laughing from my penthouse in the near future. So much love to all of you. Let's get it. I'm looking forward to this month.
Is the penthouse in the metaverse, or is it like for real on God?
Both. How about a couple in IRL and a couple in the metaverse?
This motherfucker said he got bitches in the metaverse and bitches in real life. That's crazy.
Yeah, he said I got both, bitch.
Yeah, 2 phones.
Excuse my language. Sorry. But I digress. Sorry. One sponsor didn't like that we were cursing a long time ago, and it's just stuck with me ever since. And I'm just like, wow, really?
Crazy.
Anyway, welcome to Web3, where everyone curses anyway. Troy, my man, let's get this kick started. I want to ask you a simple question, really easy and straightforward. If you had to describe what the hell is Dap Slap in a nutshell, what does that sound like, my man?
Dap Slap is a place where we're making meme coins fun again. Just like that.
Damn. That's the shortest one I've heard yet.
I mean, there's a lot more to it. Like there's, I could go into the AI systems and everything, but essentially what Dap Slap is it allows for currently created meme coins that already have kind of like smaller communities to use AI to generate games and ways to like bring your community together and bring like ways around like to like bring everyone together around stuff that's created.
Nice, man. That's super dope. I like the idea about this. I think there's a lot of like people looking for engaging opportunities and like keeping your people interested as you lead them through like any kind of community effort is, I'd say, the number one like ask out of any kind of like team, right? It's like, how do we make sure that these people stay engaged and go on to the next shiny thing? That's awesome to see. So can you tell us a little bit about like the team, the approach, like how you've been connecting with some of the community members out here?
Yeah, so the team actually goes way back, and I see some people in the chat that actually, like in the audience, might remember us. But we originally built a Web3 streaming platform called Xenon that was on Arbitrum, and it was built for actually Web3 gaming. And we had to shelve that at one point because of legal reasons that personally was going through. I'm like an OG DeFi founder from the last cycle. And we got under investigation by the SEC. I don't really want to get into that. But so we were building this Web3 streaming system. We shut it down. And then we were playing around with AI. And then we were like, well, what can we do with this AI to bring in all these like kind of already created meme coin communities and say like, okay, well, like, can we build ways for them to easily build things that can keep the communities engaged, like you were saying. And so what it does is you can go to the site, you put in the contract address. It's on Solana right now, and it will generate kind of like a simple game that you can say like to your community, like, oh, okay, well, like we're building stuff. Like we found that like if we went to these smaller meme coin communities, they had a really hard time like they all wanted to build something. But to build stuff, you have to have like a lot of technical experience. So what we did is we just simplified the whole thing and said like, we'll host it, we'll let the AI build it, and we have like an AI agent in our backend called Lord Keck, who is, you know, the god of chaos and the god that creates all the memes from the universe. And so he'll build you a website, a game, and you can give it a prompt and it will build kind of pretty much whatever kind of you can come up with. Or if you can't come up with an idea, we'll randomize it for you and he'll like build whatever.
I love that. And so let me ask you this. Speaking of the, you know, XCC investigation, which I know you don't want to jump into, so I'll ask this instead. Why did you pivot back? Why did you pivot to AI back to crypto during the SEC investigation, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so well, that's kind of a longer thing, but the reason why was because there was like a lot of conversations going on saying like we weren't going to be able to work in Web3, and we had to stop. And then when the final sorry, what was that?
Sans, it's you.
Yeah, me. Sorry, my bad. I'm just gonna shut up. Go ahead.
So like what happened is then at the end of everything, that was not actually what they said. So like that didn't occur. And we had already built out this entire platform that was like just generating normal like Web 2 apps for you. And it was like, okay, well, what can we like then incorporate this into Web3 in some way? And so we kind of just turned it into a Web3 dApp creator. So like if you if you launch a token on dAppSlap yourself, like we take current meme coins and you can build games for them, or you can launch a token on our site and it will actually build a dApp for you also. So it will code up a Solana program and it will deploy it to the blockchain, and then it creates a DAO for you, and it collects all of the transaction fees on Meteora into your DAO treasury. So you can create out this like kind of I guess financially incentivized community around it. So everyone who holds the token has the ability to like determine the future path of that community itself. But we also wanted to find a way to build we call them offerings because you're giving them to a god. We call it because he's like Lord Keck, and so you can create these offerings that if you already have a community built, we then build stuff for you to keep incentivizing your community also.
That's dope. I like I obviously love the transparency to do that. Obviously through the platform, I'm sure there's a ton of like auditing and efforts that go through all these kind of like processes, and strong to see that the team wasn't just willing to like have things come across them and then not find a way to pivot, right? Because I truly believe, and what we're seeing a lot of these things like come out right now, these no code solutions, these easy, simple forms of how we can kind of build in this space will give a lot of, I guess, accessibility points, right? To people who are like, okay, I understand like decentralization, this is important, that's important, but what does that really mean for me, right? Like, what does that really mean as as an individual trying to enter the space? So love to see that for sure. Shotgun's hand was up and I was going to go to him, but of course, like Brazil decided to just remove the internet. So from the country, actually, it's crazy. But Shotgun's back. Do you want to you with us, brother? You want to ask your question real quick?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I just wanted to quickly ask Troy, because obviously what they built is awesome and could support pretty much any community, like not only on the meme coin capacity. So I wanted to ask him why exactly did you choose to like really focus on the meme coin sector, if you will?
Yeah. Okay. So one of the other guys that I work with at dAppSlap, we both got into meme coins really early on, and we were really loving the energy and just kind of like the frivolousness of it. And so we were deep inside of some of these communities like early on. And that's what we were noticing was like the mind share, as it's being called now, was all kind of coming there. And it was like, again, I mean, this is kind of the parlance, but like it is the kind of the NFTs of this cycle. And we're like, well, how can we like incentivize these communities then to build out like bigger communities, and how like that's where the energy was. And so it's like, well, let's use the energy, let's harness the energy of the degens to, you know, build even bigger and better things if we can do that using AI. And that was kind of like what the motive was.
Y'all seen Cheer by the Dozen before? You know, like when they're going through the line and they have all this whole confrontation. They're like, if we could only use all of this power for something good, if we could all this energy, and here we are harnessing the meme coin powers for good. We absolutely love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. But what I'll say on that, I want to make sure we approach from an accessibility point perspective too, fam. I love the conversation and everything direction's going. Where all do you obviously, like what chains do you guys deal with? Like, what's the best accessibility from that perspective? Is there spaces that are there places and chains you specify and more? What does that look like?
Yeah, so currently the AI systems only work on Solana, especially if you're launching the token. If we're looking at ways to be able to generate offerings for already created communities, using so they could be on any other chain. But we're still kind of like polishing up some of the AI work. And then once that's done, we'll probably add in other chains. But currently it's very Solana based. It gets a little tricky from like a platform development standpoint because you have to take into considerations like wallet signing in and like having all these platforms where you can like on a single platform where people can buy and sell, and like you have to like segregate everything. So once we have Solana down and like it's crisp, then adding in like the other chains, it just becomes a lot easier. So like until we have that crisp, it's just Solana based.
No, it makes sense. I think obviously you're going towards, I mean, you would be foolish not to say this isn't the target market, right? Like we understand where these coins.
Yeah, that's fair.
But also like, I think there's a ton of validity to as you establish yourself, as like you get some traction in like the mother of the meme coin chain, if you will. All these alt chains or like additional chains, like I think the tools and the utility on those areas are pretty light right now. Right?
Yeah.
So there's going to be an interesting approach for you all as you discuss this, as you establish yourselves more, like Ton and AVAX and all these other like areas. A lot of people are looking for like this kind of application, I would say. So it's the expansion, just kind of my thought bubble that popped up here. I love the idea that you guys are taking it, and I think it applies to many areas. Ladies and gentlemen, obviously, really I want to encourage everyone to follow along with everybody that DAppSlab has going on. Obviously, we have a couple of different resources that you can tap into on their page. So make sure you like just jump in, really like get the value and absorb what they're doing here. Cause again, it can create an opportunity for you all to become essentially part of a team, right? Part of a founding core. Like providing these resources for your community is a massive opportunity for you as just a community member. So always think of that. Last, as we kind of wrap up, team, any other kind of points of emphasis you want to give to the crowd out here? Obviously, any kind of people that they can get in touch to? What does that look like overall?
Wait, sorry. It broke up there for me.
No, you're good. I was going to say any other points of emphasis, like things you'll be focusing on as we wrap up the year here, any other big events you all have going on. Just want to make sure people know how to get in touch with you all as we continue to grow and stuff.
Yeah, it would be great if people like connected on our Telegram and kind of gave us feedback on like things that they were seeing that they would like to see improved. Honestly, like we are currently like if a token launches on like pump.fun and soon to be like Moonshot, we actually auto generate an offering, a game for you. So like we're trying to like kind of just create like opportunities for everything that's going on inside the ecosystem, even if it's not directly launched on our platform, so that and if people are launching tokens anywhere, just know that like we are building these things just automatically for you. And if you look on like Twitter and put in your, like, let's say you joined some token on pump.fun and you look up the dollar sign, like the ticker, like you'll see we have a dappslap.ai like bot that will like show exactly like what was built. So if you're in any of those, we are a equal opportunity platform for all meme coins, if you want to put it that way.
We absolutely love it. Obviously, resources, engagement opportunities, like this is what this is all about, right? Like I can't oversell to people how important this like digital engagement and community efforts are going to be, and having these resources that you all providing, it's absolutely fantastic. Guys, everyone, make sure you guys are following along. Make sure you're engaging. Make sure you jump into Telegram. Make sure you engage with what the conversation is, because I really believe like you're combining AI, no code solutions, these platforms and accessibility tools. This makes a ton of sense for me, fam. So I hope you all stay up to date with it as well. But I appreciate y'all for coming out here today, obviously.
Yeah, and thanks for having us on and everything. I'm actually really interested to hear what you guys are going to talk about on the AI section later on, because we're like deep in that too.
Obviously, yeah, deep as anybody could be, right? With everything that you all are building, and again, all this tech merging together. Like everyone knows, the past few cycles there was attention on the metaverse, and there was attention on this and that, and now you're seeing like gaming be a big attention holder for a lot of people, and other kind of solutions in this area. Really excited for that as well too. So appreciate you all. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we hit the 30-minute mark. Just want to remind everyone to jump into the bottom right corner. Make sure you give our space a like, give it a repost. We got Sansa, who is apparently absorbing Brazilian internet. So that's fun as all hell. We'll see if he can come back to us. We got Shotgun, who is obviously doing his best to stay with us as always. I am just your friendly neighborhood bean, who seems to be pretty consistent. So we'd love to see that. But with that being said, I'll kick it back over to my host, and we can keep the conversation rolling.
Bro, Big Nil holds it the fuck down. It is not even close. It is no one can match. No one can match it.
Sansa, thanks for the invite to the space, by the way. It's been fun, man.
Oh my god, yeah. I texted you this morning and I was like, hey, like I know Shotgun tagged you, but you don't have to come. We just needed a second tag. Like I love you. But hey, shout out to Big Neil for showing up anyway. And I owe him like pretty much 2 weeks worth of dinner at this point. So I'm just gonna fly out to his house and just straight up cook for him 2 weeks straight. And just do that. The wifey can wait, all that good stuff. But look, I want to remind everyone, we still got the stream drop. I'm gonna do a quick trivia one. Just gonna drop it right now. Again, we're gonna talk through it. Not gonna play music, so again, you guys can just go ahead and play it. I'm gonna leave it on for 2 minutes to let people, just take their time answering the questions. Again, bonus, you get participation points either way, so it's a win-win for everyone all around. So again, it is already going live right now if it's not already. But I want to get into the AI discussion a little bit and kind of dive in a little bit deeper into that. And so again, Shotgun, you were talking about AI specific accounts as well. And I think I'm like Mick. I have a mixed sentiment because I'm naive. I like to think that we are smart enough to think that we can coexist. We can work together. It's a supplement, just like Mid-Journey is to artists, or not all artists, obviously, right? Some artists, for a lot of artists, things didn't really change when it came to their process. Some artists were able to adapt to make their process supplement with the Mid-Journey, right? Maybe they were stuck creatively, maybe they were stuck with whatever. And then you got Photoshop AI, which you just like fucking trace out an area, like, all right, do something with it, and it's just like it's really cool to see. But it does beg the question, what does the future look like on this path, right? Shaka, I'm gonna throw it over you in a second. I just want to say one more thing, which is that a lot of people were thinking, how can I have it do my chores so that I can go do my creative stuff that I like doing? But what they didn't think about, the scenario they didn't anticipate happening, was AI doing the creative process so they can do their chores, right? Like I'm oversimplifying it a little bit, but it's a viable concern if it's better at the creative stuff than it is better at the chore stuff, right? And so anyway, just something to let it marinate. Anyone feel free to raise your hand, participate in the discussion a little bit more. But Shotgun, I want to throw it over to you. What are your thoughts, my man?
Man, I actually wanted to point out on that note, this video from this AI called Lily that actually talks on Spaces. Like, sounds, I don't know if you can, but like if for in some way you can play it and like, let the sound come out in your voice, that would be funny as hell. But bro, I don't know how, like literally the only way why they found out it was AI, it was because of the questions that she was asking after they kind of conflicted, like, right? Like they kind of asked her stuff like, "Oh, are you AI?" something. She was like, "Oh, ask me a question that only a human can ask," and that's super robotic to say. But I don't know, dude. Like just the fact that they are already that far, I think we're gonna be seeing some pretty wild stuff soon, and I just hope that people don't use it for bad, because Lily in particular was an experiment from like an actual company, so like he wasn't doing anything shady or whatever. It was more like a prankster type of personality, but this could be used for pretty bad stuff, pretty messed up stuff. But I wanted to check out with Photoshop. Got his hand up. I know he got his feet wet with AI. What's going on, brother? GM.
Yo, GM. I'm in love with AI personally. I've used it with my workflow, and I recognize that if you're not adapting and learning, you're going to get left behind, whether that's to do your chores or utilizing it in your art. I love the AI additions to Photoshop. It's a time saver. I'm able to generative fill backgrounds and select images and do things much faster than I used to be before all this tech came around. So there's parts of it I really love. I do think it's scary how fast it is evolving, and it's only going to be exponentially faster, that growth curve. And we're about to see the evolution of technology like we've never seen in our lifetimes. I imagine it's something like our parents not really seeing the internet or cell phones being what they are today, and how that has impacted society. So it's an exciting ride. I recommend everybody learn the basics of it and start utilizing it, because otherwise you're going to get left behind by a younger generation that's going to use it seamlessly like kids do today with the internet and everything else. But I don't know. It's fun times, man. Cheers.
It's
Yo,
of
but
course. Oh,
I was gonna ask though, like, but in our space though, like, I don't see how people could not use it for bad stuff. Like, I'm sorry, I wanna believe in humanity and stuff, but like, bro, what do you think the pump fund, masters, the devs that have deployed 50 plus contracts out there are gonna mess up with this? I don't know. It just feels like way too scary for me. I don't wanna. Yeah, it's
Oh
weird.
no, that part of it's scary. My friend sent me the goat thing recently and tried to put me onto it. Shout out to Butt Woodya for me missing yet another opportunity that was sent to me early. But I thought it was like, I was like, oh no, I'm not buying into an AI influencer pumping a coin, and who knows who's behind it or how many other things they're going to do. It's definitely going to be used for nefarious business. But I do think that's where blockchain technology will eventually come in to help recognize what is AI, what's real people. And at the end of the day, you have to be an educated consumer. Be careful what you throw your money and attention into.
Dude,
and I,
absolutely. And I'll just wrap it up with saying that the Lily that I just mentioned above, it was an experiment ran like months ago, almost a full year. But since Goat, the coin that Photoshop just mentioned, caught traction yesterday, what happened was this Lily coin bumped from 20K market cap all the way to 5 million in less than 60 minutes. And because of that, the Lily account itself tweeted saying that, oh, you guys are making money out of me and I'm out here struggling to pay the groceries or some stuff, which was pretty funny. I'm going to pin the tweet above, like the AI complaining that people made money on her name. Uh, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what else is gonna come from that, but there are a lot of other AI bot coins that have been sending over the weekend. But I'll just shut up now, and sorry if I was just going for too long.
No, you weren't, bro. You weren't. I just couldn't hear Photoshop, so I didn't know when to chime in or I don't know what's going on, but it's randomly cutting people off for me. But it's all good. It's all good. It's not like there are a bunch of people who depend on spaces at all or anything like that. But what I will say is this. What I will say is this before I throw it over to Kalen. The first thing, sorry, Kalen, but first thing that comes to mind that when I notice is AI, are the pauses when they take a consistent pause almost between every answering question. I've noticed that. I know it's getting trimmed down a little bit more and it's starting to get a little bit more subtle, but you can tell. You can really tell. And on top of that, I do think that it's going to be way more important in Photoshop. I apologize if you already said this. Way more important for the authenticity of a human to show, right? You don't need to be perfect anymore. In fact, you will probably be, you know, you're probably going to be ending up more likely to gain a following in the near future if you can prove that you are actually a human, as opposed to, well, look at this cool AI stuff that also everyone else is doing, right? There will obviously end up being an art to it, just like there are people who are better at prompts because they practice that versus people who aren't as good as prompts because they faded AI or they didn't put into reps to get better at it, and vice versa. So I think that's something that's kind of, it'll become a little bit of an inverse effect in the near future. But Callan, real quick, you got your hand up. I'm gonna throw it over to you. I want to remind people we have about another 5, maybe 7 minutes left of the space. Then we're gonna start wrapping it up. I promise you guys 45 minutes. I'm gonna deliver that to you. But Callan, what you got, my man?
No, I just like to talk about AI products in Web3. So I don't know who was talking about it earlier that was like totally nerding out about like AI ran accounts that were, promoting tickers. I don't know if you all remember the accounts like Roast Him Jim on X. Did you all like kind of follow that account at all? Back then, yeah. So I kind of know some of the people who were involved on making that possible. And automated viral accounts on X isn't like a crypto thing; it's more of just like a Twitter thing. And a few smart people are realizing that there's like already kind of a meta on X of like building out these automated bots on X. There's other accounts like Make It a Quote where you can reply below posts and Make It a Quote will respond. But the introduction of AI and them shilling tickers is so how I not thought the future was gonna go. I thought we were getting so much more institutional, but now that these AI bots are just shilling low caps, I'm like, this isn't the future I thought I wanted to be in, but I'm pretty happy about where I'm at.
I mean,
I just said it didn't bid.
we have like absolutely no control over the direction that our technology goes in. We just have to accept it and embrace it. This is like the epitome of that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, yo, like AI, I would love for you, like AI and robots, I would love for you to like fold my underwear. But instead, I've got a bot that's like shilling me a shitty coin online. It's like, damn, that's a bummer. Damn, that's also pretty cool.
What I like to think about a little bit is the prediction for the future from like 50, 60 years ago. They thought that we would be in flying cars with sophisticated highways with like, fucking Justin photorealistic style, right? And it's just like, yeah, you basically predicted a utopia and hoped that capitalism wouldn't take over and just fucking like shit on everything. But that is not the space for this discussion. But real quick, DeFi do. I want to throw it over to you, my man. What you thinking?
Yeah, I was just gonna chime in real quick on the discussion because didn't have too much to add on the AI side of things, but I'm pretty deep in the gaming side of things, and the one kind of gaming project that came to mind doing things with AI is My Pet Hooligan and their studio AMGI Studios. They're doing some really cool things with like their own large language model and AI chat buddies, and I think they're doing something within their own game. I haven't been super up to speed exactly what they're doing, but definitely one that is standing out as doing something, good for the space. I would have to say, definitely was impressed when they did like a Twitch stream where you were actually able to interact with their like AI chat buddy in real time, kind of like you guys are talking about, like with people on spaces, but it was done in a way that wasn't like deceptive. It was like, a tech demo. So yeah, I would definitely, recommend checking what they're doing with AI because there's probably newer things than this post from back in May. But yeah, definitely figured they were worth a shout out. And yeah, happy to be here on the space. Just was kind of listening in and hanging out with the crew here. You were all good vibes. So yeah, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming through. And I have to give a shout out to Callan, with the ex co-host. This was the first tryout here, first space published and all that stuff. If you guys remember Super Spaces, right, where you could go on their platform, it give you the data and everything, and so it kind of reminds me a little bit of that as well with ex co-host because it gives you the stats and everything. I've just started, so I don't really have anything to go off of yet. But again, obviously, I'm always for one that can help with data collection, especially when it comes to spaces. Again, is sometimes we just want to highlight cool shit. Everyone's like, "Oh, that guy's sponsored. He's a paid shill." Suck my dick. I'm not a paid shill.
Yeah,
That's not.
honestly, Sansa came in at the perfect time because we were trying to get our seed deck together, and we
Yeah,
really needed somebody to front run this fucking thing.
yeah,
It would have been possible without you, man. Seriously.
yeah. No, look, put me on the payroll. Put me on the payroll. I'll go to every spaces and I'll just say, "Escos, the platform be left alone," and then just leave the spaces and just leave them asking more questions than answers. But I digress. Something that this reminds me a lot of is when DeFi brought up the AI chatbot. That's a great supplemental utility. If you are a streamer and you're a one man team, or there's only two people, there's only two of you, and you can only do so much before you're just kind of like, I need to hire a team, but I can't afford to, or I need to delegate better, and vice versa. And I feel like when you have something like a AI chatbot, or you have something like just AI in general that can go a little bit above with the features, as long as you train it right, it could be very, very useful and very supplemental to you as a content creator or to you as a consumer, even when you're trying to understand what's going on with trending news. You could probably even train an AI assistant to kind of curate the news to you that you actually want to hear about, and not just the news that that the world wants to feed you
Shout out
purposely.
Crush AI, that's actually doing that literally.
There you go. Again, you just think it's probably out there already. I didn't know that. And so I think that that's something where, again, you go out there and you look for it, you utilize it. It's becoming a different world. And I don't think it's anything for us to be scared of. I just think we just need to stay ahead of it so that, when the learning curve comes, we're ahead of the game. Again, whether it's a creator or consumer or whatever field you're in, finance, blockchain technology, shout out Big Nil, like all that stuff. I just think that there's a huge problem of a true and unbiased aggregation of news to the individual. And I think that that is something that, again, when you think of decentralization, what do you think of? Being able to do something like that, right? And even though we're on a centralized platform talking about decentralization, there there doesn't need to be black and white. It can be a mix, whether it's centralization on a decentralized platform or the inverse, like I just said. And I think that that's something where we need to appreciate a little bit more, right? We need to be a little bit happier with what we got. More or less, Twitter is a social platform when you think about it. Think about all these X payouts. There's just a higher barrier to entry when it comes to these X payouts. But I digress. I went a little bit over the time. I'm sorry. Shotgun, I'm gonna throw it over to you. And then on the way out, just a reminder, we are gonna do the whack-a-mole stream job if you want to get those points. Just a heads up. But Shotgun, go ahead, my man. What you thinking?
Dude, I just wanted to emphasize how wild the My Pet Hooligan stuff is, because if you have been here for long enough, you know how old this project is. I didn't even know they were still around. Shout out to DeFi for for plugging that up above, because I was just checking out their recent stuff. Actually wild, like if you've been here for for some years. I think this project came out in like 2021, 2020. So shout out to them, because those are some emojis who just never stopped going. Like even when everybody's not caring about NFTs, they just stay there. So it's quite kind of crazy for me. So shout out to them.
Yeah, My Pet Hooligan. Shout out to them. I was down to my last ETH in crypto, and I had nothing else. They helped me turn it into 15 ETH. Not them directly. I was able to turn it into 4 ETH from them, and then vice versa. I was able to flip it onto other things. I was able to stay. Sorry, guys. I could have been out here 2 years ago, but too bad for you. But Big Nil, my man. Any closing remarks from you?
No, man. Awesome conversation. I appreciate everyone coming through here today. Obviously, Dab Slap for being out here. All the homies for the discussion points. Again, just love to have these critical conversations that continue to advance the ball. So hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest of their week. Kick it off with some Fire Fam. We are nearing the end. October, 14th. Get some shit done, ladies and gentlemen. Get to fucking work, and you'll be happier at the end of the week. Appreciate y'all.
Indeed. And I just realized we never played the Special Shot theme song on the way in. So we're going to play it on the way out. I'm pressing the stream drop button and pressing the stream drop. Well, what's going on here? Guys, you could have gotten 80 spaces today. You chose to come to this one. We appreciate every single one of you for it. Much love. Let's play it out.
It's Dan the Lost Boy.
Morning, everyone. Welcome to Special Shot.
Stop it, drop it. It's time for a espresso shot. Knock it. Brew it up and get it hot. Top it, notch. We talking till the kettle pop. Nah, stop it. Alpha, we gon' set it off. Brew me up a double shot. Espresso shot is on the clock. Twitter spaces every day. Let it play, you better not. Conversations everywhere. Get on stage, it never stops. Learn a little, laugh a little. Matters change, so get on top. Web3, NFTs, learn things you never thought. Farming in the garden, got some news, I wanna set it up. Your research, don't get hurt, invest, don't buy the top. Protect your neck, don't get wrecked, bet, first connect the dots. Price action, we not acting, espresso shot. Get working, we networking, espresso shot. Hot one, with shotgun, espresso shot. The host with the most, sounds about to give it all he's got. Stop it, drop it. It's time for espresso shot. Knock it. Brew it up and get it hot. Top it, notch. We talking till the kettle pop. Nah, stop it. Alpha, we gon' set it off. Brew me up a double shot. Espresso shot is on the clock. Twitter spaces every day.
Y'all, go touch some grass. Go take a shower because some of y'all smell. We'll see you back here probably Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. A minute ago. Yeah, Wednesday, and then we'll be back again on Thursday. So we got a busy week. Make sure you stay tuned. Much love. See you soon.
It's me, guys.
Design loops into making sure that we slowly can draw the people in. Even going back to my previous talks about the storyline and the history behind Cocody and having the lore that we can build the entire IP around the game. So I don't know if this answers your question completely, but I feel like there's a lot of facets that needs to be, and a lot of factors that need to be considered in that type of design. And obviously, like on a daily basis, even if I join the dev meetings occasionally, it's more like, down to earth, like what needs to be fixed next. What do we want to do? Like what doesn't work, what works, and just more like really kind of, I don't want to say mundane, but not like strategic decisions that are done on a daily basis.
Got it. No, very, very interesting insight here, all of it. And I know you're not part of the dev, but I'm sure you contribute to some ideas as well. Because I know as boomers, we are full of ideas. So I'm not worried
That's
about.
True. Actually, thank you, Kalana. Absolutely true. Like I'm also known right now internally as the uncle that comes up with sometimes crazy ideas, which some of them happen to be implemented. You're right. I feel like we are the generation that can still, like, if you are in it, you can still innovate.
Exactly. If you're in it, you can innovate. Sentence of the day here. All right. So I want to maybe, you talked about something super interesting here, which is your Telegram game. And that's kind of, I guess, a good segue into a question that I just thought about for Unite here. I know you guys are obviously building your L3 for gaming, mobile gaming. But like, how are you thinking about this Telegram new wave? Because I guess Telegram is on mobile. It's also on desktop, but it's probably games that can be played on mobile. Like, are you even thinking about Telegram at all for what you guys are building?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard not to, right? When you look at certainly the activity that's happening there, and I think we're just starting to see some of the early projects come to fruition, TGE, and start to see the kind of longer term market appetite. I think the reason the Telegram piece is intriguing is certainly just like the user acquisition component, right? When you think about, again, let's say launching a launching a game, and whether you're going through App Store, again, thinking about it from a mobile standpoint, whether you're going through App Store or you're able to acquire users that are, kind of already self-indicated Web3 interested, and you're acquiring them for a fraction of what you would on Android or iOS. So that alone makes it a must explore. What's interesting about Telegram in Telegram games, at least in kind of in our opinion, is that to date they are, you could say, hyper, or whatever is more hyper than hyper casual games, and that whether they're clicker apps or something like Cadison, where there's a very mild amount of gameplay, and it's all kind of a costume over just airdrop farming. And I think the ease of it is what's been appealing, but I wouldn't, the kind of the first generation, I wouldn't call those games. I would just call them, I would call them kind of skins on top of an airdrop. And so I think what we're exploring is really where's the sweet spot in the middle that actually employs more game-like features, that has things that would be sticky even if there wasn't kind of crypto and airdrop farming involved. And so that you can leverage kind of the strength of Telegram, which is the ability to go viral extremely quickly. So yeah, maybe to summarize, it's definitely interesting. I would say the current version isn't something that's that sustainable, and the longer term looks like something that's probably a little bit heavier game, moving from hyper maybe to hyper casual. But yeah, something that we'll be kind of dipping our toes into shortly.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating to me, and you just gave me an idea. Maybe it's stupid, so I'm going to ask you guys because you're the smart people here. But you just said the current crop of game is basically quite rudimentary, which I think is a fair take here. I would say, to say the least. But when you think of building mobile games and having the easy access on Telegram, do you think there is a possibility where potentially, you get the level 1 of a full-on game? Because I think the limit for Telegram right now is the bandwidth of how heavy can the game be, because it's automatically downloaded live. So you can't have a 500 megabyte game, for example. So they're quite light, usually 50, 60 megabyte. And do you think we're going to see a place maybe where we have level 1 of this game playable on Telegram, and if you're on the game, then you have to go to the App Store and download it?
100%. I think that's definitely again, leveraging Telegram for what it does best, which is, keep user acquisition, is a great idea, right? And so whether if you kind of see the initial, the first levels and try and bring people to another, whether it's to a web app or to your game experience somewhere else, I think there's going to be a ton of experimentation around that.
Maybe I'm a genius marketer. I've just given you the $1 million money maker here. All right, we've got some.
Lock down the spaces. Lock it down. That was too good.
This is now a paid space, guys. By the way, we'll just send you the invoice. But we've got a hand up with Sparkball, so I want to check with you. What's up?
Yeah, I just want to talk because I know Unite's talking mainly about casual and hyper casual mobile games, and I think everything that they're saying makes perfect sense. But I'll chime in kind of from a PC console, AA, AAA, whatever you want to call it. I think Telegrams are hurting Web3 gaming infinitely more than they are helping. And I think there's really kind of two specific reasons for this. I think one is Web3 gaming has always been kind of an arms race. And what I mean by that is look, we all need money to make the game. Pretty simple idea here. And how do we get that money? Well, one of the problems is, and this is pretty well known in the space, is that it's very, very hard to tell the quality of a game from a VC perspective. And unless you kind of grind this game for a long time, or you're a super hardcore gamer, and everybody knows, if you spend any time in this space at all, crypto VCs are not that, to say the least. And so I think what we start running into is well, everybody goes by hype and numbers. And so we were already put in this really interesting position where if you had $1 million, the answer, if you needed to raise $5 million more dollars, was, hey, buddy, spend most of that $1 million in marketing. Do not spend it in actual product. This has kind of always been a known thing in crypto. It is what it is. This is, you kind of have to play the game. And I think Telegram has just made this worse. You start seeing these PC and console games that are hey guys, I have 1 million players for my game. You're like, okay, well, were they actual players? What was the average playtime across that? What was the average retention of that? Did you pay all of those players? How many players played for free? What was their average engagement? And you have to start answering all these questions. But in reality, all you're doing is scrolling through a Twitter timeline and being like, oh my God, 1 million players. That sounds cool. And so I think it just kind of made this arms race worse and worse and worse. But I think the larger issue to me is just sustainability. I think this is, and I think Unite hit on this really, really well for what it's worth, because they were talking a lot about profitability and revenue, is that like, we're not even like crossing the threshold of like, what is a sustainable game that lasts more than, I don't know, a month in Web3 look like? And if you're paying out 5 to 10% of your token supply, or hundreds of thousands of dollars in airdrop campaigns, or even more through Telegram games, you now have to recoup all of that money. And not only do you have to recoup it, you have to deliver on it in ways that actually keep those people sustained, because they're all value extracting. And so I think Telegram is just propping up and bolstering these numbers to completely unsustainable levels, to levels that were already unsustainable, to even further unsustainable levels. And I think people just aren't really looking at what the future repercussions of these, because the thing that I always say in this instance is, who is going to lose money in these cases? And the answer is always, always retail. It will always be retail. It will always be players. It will always be traditional gamers. And that's how Web3 gaming is going to fail, is because everybody lost money. Retail lost money. The idiots who weren't, I don't mean I'm one of these idiots. I mean these people who weren't spending their entire lives dedicating to playing the game system, the Web3 game, and making money. Those people are going to lose money, and they're going to be like, man, this Web3 thing really sucks. So I think Telegram is kind of walking us on a very fine line in that direction. And it's very concerning to me as a gamer. I hope someone solves it, because, yeah, the distribution is unparalleled. And I do think using it as part one, but like, if you're building a Telegram game and then planning to make a game, you're 3 years behind, in my opinion, unless you're making a mobile game. Totally different case. But I think it's just a path that's a very, very dangerous one to walk down.
Well, I think that is the hot take of the day. I don't know what you guys think, but I love it. So no, thank you so much. I think
I'm going to do the terrible thing now and drop that and then have to run. So
no, it's all good, man. But we appreciate you. We're at the end of the hour, but that was a really, really good take. Honestly, I think needed truth, and honest that take. So I can't fault it, man. But listen, as you said, we are above the hour, so it's time to wrap it up. Honestly, already it went super fast. So I want to thank everyone in the audience. If you took 1 hour out of your day to spend it with us, we appreciate you. Everyone on the panel, really good conversation. Everyone was on top of the game, so I appreciate you all. And last but not least, of course, Unite, you get the closing words. The mic is yours.
No, I just want to thank all the Cody, Sparkball, Timefront. It's always great to see people come in from a different vantage point. Obviously, we're doing casual games, but thank you to the audience for coming in. Definitely come check us out, unite.io. Check out our games, Board Button on Android. And more experimentation to come. I think if you learned anything from this, it's that the best way forward on UX is more experimentation. So, looking forward to seeing everyone soon.
All right. And don't forget, guys, we do this every week. So we'll be back next Monday, same place, same time. So we'll see you then. In the meantime, take care. Bye-bye.